Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving deep into the latest, heart-stopping developments on The Bold and the Beautiful. If you thought the drama between Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor was over, think again. Things are about to escalate to a whole new level, leaving fans in absolute shock. Let's break down everything that happened in this emotional and explosive episode. The episode begins with Ridge making a decision that shakes the very foundation of his relationship with Brooke. After a period of tension and unresolved issues, Ridge decides to pack up his belongings and leave Brooke's house. This isn't just a simple move, it's a clear sign that their relationship is on thin ice. For Brooke, Ridge's departure is devastating. She is left reeling, hurt, and confused, unable to fully understand why Ridge would walk away so suddenly. But if there's one thing viewers know about Brooke Logan, it's that she doesn't give up easily. For her, Ridge is the love of her life, and the idea of losing him is unimaginable. Determined to fight for her relationship, Brooke makes up her mind to find Ridge and convince him to come back home where he belongs. She has a strong hunch about where he might be, Steffi's house. As Ridge's daughter, Steffi has always been a source of comfort and safety for him, so it makes sense that he would retreat there during a time of emotional turmoil. Fueled by determination, Brooke heads straight to Steffi's house, with hope in her heart and the belief that she can repair the cracks in her relationship. However, nothing could have prepared Brooke for the sight that greets her when she opens the door to Steffi's home. In a moment that leaves viewers gasping, Brooke witnesses Ridge in a passionate, deeply intimate kiss with Taylor. It's not just a casual kiss, it's full of emotion, longing, and connection, something Brooke immediately interprets as more than a momentary lapse. For Brooke, it's a betrayal of the highest order. The shock quickly turns into rage as Brooke's emotions boil over. In an instant, she charges toward Taylor, unable to control her anger. It's a moment of pure, raw emotion as Brooke lashes out, accusing Taylor of trying to steal Ridge from her. The tension in the room is palpable, and just as things seem ready to explode into a physical altercation, Ridge steps in to separate the two women. He knows how volatile the situation is, and tries his best to de-escalate it, but Brooke isn't done yet. Through tears and anger, Brooke confronts Ridge. She reminds him, with unwavering conviction, that they are still engaged. In her mind, they are still very much together, there has been no breakup, no closure. For Brooke, Ridge's actions are not just impulsive, but unforgivable. How could he, her fiancé, be kissing another woman, especially Taylor, the very person who has caused so much tension between them over the years? To Brooke, Taylor isn't just a rival, she's someone who represents a lingering threat to her relationship with Ridge. Ridge, for his part, attempts to explain himself. He tells Brooke that the kiss with Taylor wasn't planned, that it was a moment of overwhelming emotion he couldn't control. He tries to downplay its significance, insisting that it doesn't mean anything and that he was simply caught up in the moment. But Brooke isn't buying it. To her, Ridge's excuses fall flat. She knows Ridge too well to believe that a kiss like that is meaningless. The passion and emotion she witnessed spoke volumes, and in her mind, it proves that Ridge still harbors deep feelings for Taylor. What follows is a turning point in Brooke and Ridge's relationship. Brooke, unable to forgive what she perceives as Ridge's betrayal, makes a heart-wrenching decision: she will end their relationship. It's a moment filled with pain and finality as Brooke declares that she cannot stay with a man who so easily allows another woman into his heart. Ridge, surprisingly, doesn't fight her on this decision. Instead, he agrees to the breakup without hesitation. This response cuts Brooke deeply. It's as if Ridge's quick acceptance confirms all her worst fears. If Ridge truly loved her, why wouldn't he fight for her? Why wouldn't he try to make things right? The lack of resistance only adds to Brooke's heartbreak. She leaves Steffi's house in tears, feeling betrayed, abandoned, and utterly alone. The fallout from this dramatic confrontation leaves viewers with more questions than answers. What does Ridge's kiss with Taylor really mean? Is it possible that Ridge's feelings for Taylor never truly went away? And what does this mean for Brooke moving forward? Will she find a way to move on from this betrayal, or will she continue to fight for Ridge despite everything that's happened? For Taylor, this turn of events could be the beginning of something new. She has always loved Ridge, and this kiss proves that the connection between them is still alive. But is Ridge truly ready to rekindle his relationship with Taylor, or was this kiss truly just a fleeting moment of weakness? And where does Steffi stand in all of this? As Ridge's daughter, she has always been protective of him, but will her support for her parents' reunion come at the cost of her relationship with Brooke? The stakes have never been higher, and the drama is far from over. Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor's tangled web of love, betrayal, and heartbreak continues to unfold, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. One thing is clear, nothing will ever be the same again. Next, we'll uncover the shocking truth behind Remy's master plan, Electra's unwitting entanglement, and how a dark past comes back to haunt her in The Bold and the Beautiful. A tangled web of revenge, AI manipulation, and rising tensions threatens not just Electra's career, but also her budding romance with Will Spencer. With Katie Logan forced to make a critical decision and Forrester Creations reeling from its own chaos, the stakes have never been higher. Let's dive into the scandal, deception, and heartbreak that's unfolding. Electra's future hangs in the balance, love and betrayal collide. Electra Forrester has spent months building a promising new chapter for herself in Los Angeles, but her carefully reconstructed life is about to crumble. Just as she begins to settle into her role at Forrester Creations and her relationship with Will Spencer, shadows from her past emerge to wreak havoc. The bombshell AI-generated nude photos, which surfaced without warning, threaten to destroy not only her career but also the trust she's built with Will. Electra, blissfully unaware of Remy Price's hand in this chaos, clings to the hope that Will understand. However, the implications are too hard to ignore. Will, torn between his instinct to trust Electra and his mounting suspicions, may begin to question everything. Why are these photos circulating? Why hasn't Electra been completely honest about her past? The foundation of their relationship begins to crack as doubt takes hold. The emotional stakes here are enormous. Electra has fought so hard for a fresh start, yet the actions of one man, Remy, threaten to unravel her progress. Will's potential discovery of Remy's involvement could be a turning point. Will he become the steadfast protector she desperately needs, or will he allow his insecurities to push her away? One thing is certain, Electra will need an ally if she's to recover from this scandal. Katie Logan faces a critical decision, PR damage control. Katie Logan, who has seen her fair share of crises at Forrester Creations, finds herself in yet another dilemma. When an anonymous email pings her phone, her heart sinks as she opens the shocking attachment, AI-generated nude photos of Electra. The revelation leaves Katie reeling, as she knows the implications this scandal could have, not just for Electra, but for Forrester Creations as a whole. As a seasoned PR agent, Katie understands that perception is everything. With Forrester Creations already under fire due to the ongoing internal coup and leadership shakeups, this controversy could be catastrophic. Can the company survive another scandal? She wonders aloud, pacing the room as the photos glare back at her from the screen. Cutting ties with Electra Jewelry might seem like the safest option, but is it fair to punish Electra for something she didn't do? Katie's dilemma is one of morality versus practicality. Does she stand by Electra, who is clearly the victim of an insidious attack, or does she prioritize Forrester's image and distance the company from the controversy? Her decision will have ripple effects, not just for Electra but also for Will, whose loyalty to both his mother and his girlfriend will be tested like never before. Remy Price's master plan, a calculated descent into revenge. At the heart of this storm is Remy Price, whose true nature is finally coming to light. Remy, once seen as a charming and ambitious figure in the fashion world, is now fully embracing his dark side. His obsession with Electra has morphed into a dangerous vendetta, and his latest move, digitizing and distributing AI-manipulated nude photos of her, reveals just how far he's willing to go. The episode peels back layers of Remy's psyche. It wasn't enough for him to see Electra succeed in Los Angeles. To him, her refusal to build a future with him was the ultimate betrayal. "We could have ruled New York City together," he mutters bitterly, staring at his computer screen. The decision to upload the photos to Katie was deliberate, a strategic blow meant to destroy Electra's professional and personal life. This isn't Remy's first act of sabotage either. Viewers learn that his AI photo manipulation was the reason Electra fled to LA with her aunt in the first place, desperate to escape the shame and start over. Remy's actions are insidious, not just because of the damage they cause, but because of the emotional toll they exact. He manipulates Electra's life like a puppeteer, all while presenting himself to others as a victim of unrequited love. But Remy's plan might not be as foolproof as he thinks. His desperation could be his undoing, especially if Will Spencer begins to dig deeper into the truth. For now, Remy remains a shadowy figure pulling strings from behind the scenes, but it's only a matter of time before someone exposes him. Electra's past catches up, a cycle of scandal and survival. Electra Forrester's journey is one of survival and reinvention. Having escaped the humiliation of Remy's earlier betrayal, Electra hoped LA would provide the fresh start she so desperately needed. For a while, it seemed to work. Her jewelry designs at Forrester Creations were gaining traction, and her relationship with Will was blossoming into something real and lasting. But Electra's past, much like Remy, refuses to let her go. The resurfacing of the AI-generated photos drags her back into the shame and fear she thought she had left behind. Viewers can't help but sympathize with her plight. After all, she's the victim of Remy's manipulation, yet she's the one who risks losing everything. How Electra chooses to respond to this scandal will define her character. Will she crumble under the weight of public scrutiny, or will she rise above it and fight for her future? Her determination to succeed in a cutthroat industry has carried her this far, but this challenge will test her resilience like never before. The path forward, alliances tested, truths revealed. As the episode builds toward its emotional climax, viewers are left with several burning questions. Will Katie Logan decide to protect Electra, or will she choose to cut ties in the name of damage control? How will Will Spencer react when he learns the truth about Remy's involvement? Could his instincts about Remy's dark side finally come into focus, leading him to stand by Electra's side? Meanwhile, Remy's twisted scheme threatens to unravel. His obsession with revenge has set off a chain reaction that he may not be able to control. Once the truth comes out, and it always does, Remy could find himself facing consequences far beyond what he imagined. For Electra, this scandal is a defining moment. With her career, reputation, and relationship on the line, she'll need every ounce of strength to weather this storm. But one thing's for sure, she won't be fighting alone. Next, we'll explore the drama surrounding Ridge Forrester's latest betrayal and why Brooke Logan might finally be ready to close the chapter on him once and for all. Ridge's return to Taylor Hayes has reopened old wounds, but it may also create new opportunities, particularly for Brooke, who could step into a fresh, exciting storyline with a brand new love interest. Could pairing Brooke with someone unexpected shake up the bold and the beautiful? Let's dive in. The case for Brooke Logan, a fresh start with Justin Barber? For years, Brooke Logan has been tethered to Ridge Forrester, a man whose indecisiveness and emotional manipulation have caused her heartbreak time and time again. But perhaps it's time for Brooke to rewrite her own story, one where she reclaims her power and independence. Enter Justin Barber. Justin, once Bill Spencer's loyal right-hand man, has been on the periphery for too long, and a storyline involving him and Brooke could breathe new life into both characters. The thought of Brooke pairing up with Justin, a man who has long been underestimated, would drive Ridge up the wall. After all, Justin isn't just a wild card. He has a history with Ridge, having once played a role in destabilizing Forrester creations. Watching Ridge squirm as Brooke finds happiness with someone he distrusts would be a delight for fans tired of the same old love triangle dynamics. And what if Justin's involvement in Brooke's life isn't just romantic? Imagine a subplot where Justin is working secretly alongside Carter Walton to support the Forrester Creations takedown. Brooke's alliance with Justin could tip the scales in favor of Carter and Hope, making her a power player in this corporate coup. It's about time we see a cunning, business-savvy Brooke back in action, shaking off her heartbreak and reasserting herself as a woman to be reckoned with. Taylor Hayes, Ridge's choice or a convenient escape? Meanwhile, Ridge Forrester wastes no time running back to Taylor Hayes. It's as if the ink on his latest disagreement with Brooke isn't even dry before he's knocking on Taylor's door. Spoilers for the week of December 16th to 20th tease that Ridge and Taylor's rekindled connection will heat up quickly, leaving fans wondering whether Ridge's actions are driven by genuine love or just his trademark inability to deal with conflict. Taylor's relationship with Ridge has always been one of deep emotional history, but it's also marked by her inability to resist him. Not long ago, Taylor proudly proclaimed that she was an independent woman who didn't need a man to define her. Yet, when Ridge locks his gaze on her, her resolve seems to crumble. The chemistry between them is undeniable, but Ridge's pattern of bouncing back and forth between Taylor and Brooke makes their reunion feel more like a temporary escape than a true resolution. This raises an interesting question: did Ridge ever truly move on from Taylor, or has she always been his fallback option? His actions suggest that Taylor represents comfort, a safe place where he can be absolved of his mistakes. But how long will this safe place last before Ridge's wandering eye leads him back to Brooke once again? Brooke Logan, a woman scorned, a love life revived. If anyone's love life desperately needs a shakeup, it's Brooke Logan's. Ridge's disrespect for her daughter, Hope Logan, and his recent explosive behavior should serve as the final straw. For far too long, Brooke has allowed Ridge's waffling to dictate her happiness. This latest betrayal, where Ridge spouted unforgivable words about Hope, revealed a version of Ridge that Brooke can no longer ignore. It's time for Brooke to stop waiting for Ridge to choose her and start choosing herself. And what better way to do that than to move on with a man who sees her worth? A pairing with Justin Barber would not only give Brooke a much-needed romantic reset, but it would also infuse the show with a fresh dynamic that fans haven't seen before. Justin and Brooke are a surprising combination, which is exactly why it works. Brooke needs someone who challenges her and supports her ambitions, while Justin could benefit from a storyline that pulls him back into the Forrester-Logan power struggle. Together, they could bring excitement, intrigue, and even a touch of scandal, something the bold and the beautiful thrives on. Ridge Forrester, the true colors we always knew. Ridge's recent behavior on The Bold and the Beautiful has been nothing short of disappointing. During his latest fight with Brooke, his harsh words about Hope exposed not only his lack of respect for Brooke's daughter but also his own selfishness. It's a moment that fans won't soon forget and one that Brooke shouldn't forgive. Ridge's decision to return to Taylor feels less like a romantic triumph and more like a predictable fallback. Rather than dealing with the consequences of his actions, Ridge has chosen the path of least resistance, where Taylor and Steffi can bolster his ego and reassure him that he's right. But how long can Ridge keep running before he's forced to face the mess he's made? This storyline reveals Ridge's true self, a man who demands loyalty but rarely gives it in return. His inability to commit fully to Brooke or Taylor reflects a deeper insecurity, one that has driven much of the show's drama for years. For once, it would be refreshing to see Brooke rise above Ridge's games and leave him behind to deal with his own emotional baggage. Brooke deserves better, the fans' perspective. If there's one thing B&B fans can agree on, it's that Brooke Logan deserves better. Watching her cling to Ridge, a man who continually disrespects her and her family, has grown tiresome. A new romance with Justin Barber would be a game-changer, not just for Brooke but for the show itself. This pairing would introduce a fresh storyline, one that positions Brooke as a strong, independent woman taking control of her life. Fans are ready to see Brooke move beyond Ridge and find happiness on her own terms. Justin's involvement in the Forrester creation storyline would only add layers of intrigue, as viewers speculate about his true motives and how his relationship with Brooke could impact the company's future. What are your thoughts, BNB fans? Do you agree that Brooke should leave Ridge behind for good? Would you like to see her with Justin Barber, or do you have another pairing in mind? Sound off below in the comments and let us know. Stay tuned for more drama, surprises, and twists as The Bold and the Beautiful continues to deliver the action-packed storylines we love. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for all the latest updates.